percentage. It's very small. Okay. So now if I drag it down, what will happen? I will get an error. Why I am getting error? Because sales first company to second company is moving, but my total sales remaining same. So here comes the application of our F4. So now I press F4 because my total never changes. That is an absolute reference. So enter. Now if I double click, I will get everything in a proper way. Now I want to see that which company is having the highest sales. I can just sort it. So sort A to Z. Oh, sorry. Sort Z to A. Sort largest to smallest. One company which is having 6.61% of the total sales in India. The name of the company is IOCL. And there is an interesting observation. So this is a way we are finding out maybe a new topic. What is the interesting observation? This is the database almost 8 months before. Okay, so 8 months before, in terms of sales, India's #1 company was IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation. But today, it is RIL, it is the Reliance Industry. It is because of Geo. So, what is the important thing is that within 6 months or 8 months, suddenly the things change. Which is the second largest? And Reliance Industry was the second largest, third largest BPCL, fourth largest HPCL, fifth largest Tata Motors. So, what is the change? The change now is like Reliance become #1 and the other become #2, and I'm sure 5th position is Tata Motors. But I am telling you one thing, after this pandemic, the Tata Motors position may change. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you, one is application of absolute relative reference. Okay, the second one is we can able to identify a research topic. You can very closely observe the data which is already published or a new data set. From that, you penetrate more into the data, you make an identify a beautiful topic from that one. I hope you are clear with the concept of absolute and relative reference. So, as a person, if you want to learn Excel very well, if you want to learn Excel in your, you want to use the Excel in your real life, the first important thing is the very basic, learn the concept of absolute relative reference. And the second thing in Excel you want to learn is what is the logic of communication with Excel. That is another very interesting area. What do you mean by logic of communicating? Why we are using Excel? Because Excel should help for your work. Okay, and this concept will definitely be useful for all kind of non-academic works which is happening in every college. Maybe your assignment related, maybe your seminar related, attendance related, students result management, everything you can able to use this one. Just have a look at here. Basically, Excel can learn 4 things, very important. First one is it can understand a number. Okay, so I'm typing a number 100. Yes, first one. The second one is it can understand text. For example, I'm telling you Excel. So it can able to read Excel. Third one is, so the first one is number, second one is text. Third one is very important. Third one is called logic. What do you mean by that? So could you just tell me, I have typed 2 things. One is 100, another is Excel. I'm typing 1, then I'm typing D. Okay, I'm typing D. I'm typing 200. I'm typing, for example, I'm typing triple B. Okay, or small letter triple B. What is the difference? Could you recognize any difference between these two? All the numbers here, all the text over here. So could you just recognize the difference? You can chat. What is the difference? What is the difference? Text and numbers, but what is the difference in appearance? That's my question. What is the difference in appearance? If I get one answer, I will proceed. Any difference in appearance? Or you can try within your Excel error. Okay, you can try in your Excel. Exactly, left and centered. Alignment, absolutely. Who's it? Anika. Yeah, exactly. All the numbers are right aligned. Everything is right aligned. All the text is left aligned. So that is a beautiful observation. Okay, very good. But you just try TRUE. In small letter you have to type. Everyone just type. I'm not typing. TRUE. So I'm just typing here. Okay. TRUE. Everyone, could you please type this one? Just type true, enter. Just type true, enter. And you type false, enter. So what happened to your previous argument? So previous argument was text is left aligned, number is right aligned. So true and false should be left aligned, but fortunately or unfortunately it is center aligned. Correct? Yes? Am I correct or not? So obviously there is a question. There are two things are there. One is it is middle aligned. The second one is it is caps lock. It is a capital letter. So this is another secret of Excel, and this is another basic of Excel. Why it is so? Because suppose I'm going to communicate to Excel. This is an important point. What is my communication? Listen to me, everyone watch. Start with equal to. I'm connected with J2. Start with equal to J2 equal to J3. Okay. So I'm telling to Excel that J2 equal to J3. What is the meaning of this? Meaning is that content of J2. What is the content of J2? 100. That is equal to content of J3. What is the content of J3? Excel. How it is work? I am telling to Excel that 100 equal to Excel. Right or wrong? Enter. Excel is giving an answer. It is nonsense. It is false. It is false. Why false? Because these two contents are not equal. Suppose if I am changing this to 100, it will tell you it is true. Very important point. Very important. You know why very important? Because Excel recognized these two cells are same, so it gives the true one. So the conclusion is that there are third thing Excel can read. The first thing is text, second thing is number, third thing is any logic. That is what you required in your research. You need a logical conclusion. You need a logical argument. You are running hypothesis testing. It's a logical process, correct? So logically, if you ask to Excel, Excel can give a logical answer. And fourth one is error. That is not our topic. We'll discuss later. Any error is there, Excel can recognize it is error. You correct it. And I hope you understand this concept, how true and false is working. So if you are changing this to 1, it is false. If I am changing this to 100, it's become true. And where is the application? This is very important for you. This is very important. Okay, why I am telling is important? Take an example. Listen. When you run a survey, what happened? Your survey result comes like this. or this survey result is after coding. It's not necessary that your survey result like this. Your survey result may be some other way. I'll just select any other thing other than this. I'll just stop the sharing and I'll come back to another file. That is this one. Okay. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me open actual survey result. I don't want to give to you. That is the reason why I'm not sharing this one. Stop sharing, and I will share. One second, just a moment. I will come back to you. Okay. It is taking time to come with that one. It's correct, cannot be opened. Okay. Yes. It is getting open. Stop sharing and screen the share. And I am opening a survey after it's a work for a PhD. I don't want to disclose that one to you. Okay. I hope now you can able to screen sharing and stop the share window. I'm sharing the screen. Yes, share. Yes. Yep. I hope now you can able to find out the survey this one. Okay, can you able to see this one? Could you just give me the response? Could you just give me the response? Yes. Yeah, now you can able to see. So when you are conducting survey, what happened? You may be given option, maybe a 5-point scale or a 2-point scale or what we so a 5-point scale or a 7-point scale or maybe an open-ended question or an yes or no question. It comes like this. And it's a huge database. Sometimes the number may be huge, maybe 100, maybe 300, maybe 500. So 500 data, you have to code it, correct? And when you code it, what will happen? It's not an easy process. You have to do the typing process. Some people are manually coding, just looking what is this, then code it. Then another thing. They will always look and manually code it. And that coding is a time-consuming process. Number one, chances of committing errors. If you are doing a work, simple work continuously many times, there are chances you are committing an error. Take an example. If you want to code, it's an yes or no question, yes and no. And so many yes and no is there. So many yes and no, many places yes, no, here yes, no. Suppose if I want to code it, you have to do it manually. Okay, this yes means 1 and no means 2. And 1, 2, correct? And you may get confused also in between. So you can tell to Excel. So if you know how to communicate to Excel, your coding is very easy. This is very, very useful, very powerful, those who are going for a survey. So what to do if you want to, so imagine, look at here. See, position of currently held: senior, developer, NLP, lead, HR associate. There are lot of positions are there. Correct. So, as a what is the real practical process? I am selecting the entire database first. It's a huge database. Okay, the entire database, comma, and many observations are there. Many interesting things are there. This is the way your survey is getting complicated. So I am pasting that one. This is a survey respondent who responded to this data. Okay. Then I am going to data because I just want to take only unique thing. I am just removing the entire duplicate thing. I'm just give OK. So 266 duplicate, 36 unique number. That itself is wrong. So that means I have decreased that one to 36. But actually, what is it? May be 5 or 6. Maybe because of the spelling mistake, okay, or because of some other reason. This may see, for example, SF, maybe senior finance manager. That may be the name. Okay. So when these things are there, we have to code it with then only you can able to connect with the other application, for example R, Python, or SPSS or any other thing. So if I want to code it as 1 or 2, I can make it, I can give a condition equal to if, look at this cell, if this cell consists of this cell is equal to W inverted comma yes. If this cell consists of yes, I need 1, otherwise I need 2. So you can able to see that true and false over here. If, what is the logical test? Checking whether this cell consists of yes or no. If it is yes, type it is 1. If it is no, type 2. Close the bracket, enter, and now you double click, and now you drag the data to the right. So what happened? I can able to code it very fast. So 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, or it may be 5-point scale. You can start with 0 1 2 3 4 5 7. Yes. So when from a large data set, from a large data set, easy to code, and this is the way we have coded everything, because you cannot tell to the respondent to type 1 or type 2 or type 3 or type 4. I don't think so respondent types like this way. So if you know the concept of logic, you can connect. Suppose another problem is that more data set is there. If it is yes or no, it is okay. Assume that there may be 5 or 6 variables. Okay, at that time the things may get complicated. Take an example. I'll give another example. See how exactly it is coded. So assume that you are asking what is your designation. Okay, so given the designation is over here. So 5 designations are there, 5 different designations: senior Android developer, NLP engineer, lead, HR associate. So I want to code it. What is the coding? The coding is like if it is senior developer 1, this 2, this 3, this 4, 3 4 5. So it's a 5-point scale, or it may be 7-point scale. And you are getting the survey result. Assume this is the survey result. Just assume this is the survey result. Okay. Then I am changing the order by way of sorting it. Right click, sort A to C. So I just sorted. Okay. So here what I need the code. You want to do the code. The problem is if it is a 5-point scale question, so you have to write a lengthy formula equal to if it is, look at this one, if this is equal to senior developer 1, then again you close the bracket behind, you have to type if. So you have to type if condition many times, so that is going to be a tedious process. So at that time you can think about some other formula that will help you to code it very fast, especially when you have, for example, there is a junior guy. So if he is a junior, that is 6. Intern, that is 7. 7 is point scale. So it's very difficult. So what can be done? You can use another tool, another formula is very powerful. We can call it as VLOOKUP. So how we look a value? You look at your data. It may be huge data. Look at the data. Look a value. Then table array means this is the table. Go to the table, comma, column index. In this table, my code is in second column. You type 2, comma, then false. Then you close the bracket. False means absolute reference. So automatically, so here important thing, your absolute relative reference is very important. I have to lock it proper way, otherwise it never works. So I have to lock. So here comes the application of absolute reference, then be okay. So now look at here. My coding is so fast. 500 entry, 1000 entry, 1 lakh entry, 5 lakh entry, within fraction of second I can able to code it. Otherwise, what people do, they used to type it. So look at here. So what is that? Developer code is 2. Our lead code is 4. Our NLP engineer, that code is 3. Senior Android developer code is 1. You got the point? So I would like to, as a second important thing, I would like to tell you that understand the concept of logic and communicate to Excel, and the Excel will work for you. Okay. Yes. So
saying അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ഡെസ്ക്ടോപ്പിൽ നിന്ന് അദ്ദേഹം ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന
so somebody is talking in the background. Okay. So so we were discussing regarding concept of absolute relative reference. Okay. So now third thing is that once you have got a huge data set, assume once you have got a huge data set, I'm going to select the data set. Listen. Once you have got a huge data set, then you assume that you coded the database. Even after coding or before coding, cross tabulation is very important for analysis of any research work. And I'm talking about the primary research. Cross tabulation is very important. So let me open this file. Sharing. Yes. So what do you mean by cross tabulation? From this data, every data set I have, after the coding, it looks like this, correct? So the data code is given. This is the survey data. So could you please take the survey data? It may be clear for you. Listen everyone. I'm taking the survey data and I want to do counting of how many males, how many females, how many, the marital status. I want to take the count. Yes or no question, I have to take the count. So this is a basic counting, basic percentage analysis, and normally people are doing in ascending, descending order and do that. But for solving this issue, especially the cross tabulation, the best way is doing a pivot table. That is very useful for you. So for working with pivot table, first you can look at over here. What I am doing is that I am taking gender, marital status, then first 4 column I am selecting and copying it, and I am going to paste it over here. I am just pasting it over here. Then I am going to insert. And this is what is called pivot table. I'm getting a pivot table, and I can connect the answer over here itself. Okay, then I'm giving okay. So my pivot table is ready over here. Suppose if I want to know how many male and female is there, it's very easy. You take the gender from here to row label, okay, and you take the gender here to column label. I will get the answer. There are total 328 respondent. Out of that, 160 female and 100 male. And if you want to find out the percentage, that is also very easy. You right click, show value as percentage of grand total. So I'll get the percentage 4.78 percentage, 4.45.12 and the 6.16. So I can able to convert it very fast. So I'm suggesting everyone, you should also do along with me. What you're supposed to do, you take the first 4 column, you select everything, copy paste to column L. I'm waiting for your response. Please copy paste everyone. Please copy paste everyone. Once you copy paste it, please let me know. Once you copy paste it, please let me know. Very good, very good. So here the first one is gender, the second one is marital status, third one is do you have children, fourth one is your community. Okay, you belong to which community, S.E.S or not. And the total number of rows comes to 329. You can able to see the 329 rows are there. And what you want to do, you put the cursor here inside, Control A. That is the best way to select. Control A means it will select only that table. So if you give me the response, I may be very happy because I may be able to do that one. I may be able to understand that you are following me. Very good. Yes. Then once you select this area, go to insert. Go to insert. Insert is over here, and there is a pivot table. Click on that pivot table. Go to insert, then pivot table. And pivot table by default automatically will select all the data. Then you select existing worksheet. That may be a better thing. Existing worksheet, and you connect with any of the area. Anywhere. Again, I'm connecting over here. You can also connect anywhere. Existing worksheet, connect anywhere. Otherwise, what will happen? It will go to a new worksheet, and your data will be in one place, and the other will be on another place. Your data will be on one place and the other will be on the other place. It's better. Where is the data? Where is the analysis? Both will be, hand to hand. So it will be easy for you. So then you give OK. So nothing will happen as such. You will get a pivot table field list. This is normally call it as something like this. Appearance may be different because I am using Office 365 2019 version. You may be using 7, maybe 10, 13, 16. So there may be a difference in your look. I hope, are you getting this pivot table? Are you getting like this? And if you click your cursor inside, the pivot table field list will appear. If you click outside, pivot table field list will disappear. If you click inside, it will appear. If you click outside, it will disappear. And you see that it's working or not. If you click inside, it will appear. You click outside, it will disappear. Okay. So now, what you need? So I want to know all the headings: gender, marital status, do you have children, and belongs to which community. Everything is over here. And you know that. Then you have to think about the concept of data. Every data has a story to tell. Gender is not a numerical data, it is a categorical data, correct? So I don't want to tell you all these things. You people are masters in that one. I am not that much familiar to those ideas. But still I'm telling you, it can only count. I don't think so. You cannot find mean, median, or mode arithmetical operation. It's not possible with that. So you take this gender, just drag and drop to row level. So all the name will come. Two ways it can be done: either drag and drop, or right click, add to row label, add to row label. There is another way. Or here there is a drop down, that also you can able to do. It's better is just drop down. It's a better easy way. Just drop down gender over here. Immediately all the gender will come here only with the text. And if you need the number, you take gender to here. So gender to some value. So by default, automatically it will go to count, because the Excel has got some underlying artificial intelligence is working. It realized that it is a gender, it is a categorical data, so it is counting that one. Okay. So it gives the count male, female. What is the combination? I hope you got it. It's working for you. I'm waiting for your response. Okay, good, very good, very good. Yes, yes, yes. Suppose if you want to see in another format, for example, if you want to see in a tabular format or percentage format, you put the cursor over here, right click, show value as. There are options: percentage of grand total, percentage of column total, row total. So we need a percentage of grand total. You click over here, it will show you percentage of grand total. Correct? Yes. So what to do? Right click, show value as percentage of grand total. I hope you are getting it. I hope you are getting it. Yes, yes, very good. So in a scenario, you need both. That means you need the grand total, percentage, and in terms of total. It's very easy. You take the gender, put it over here once again. What to do? Take the gender again over here. You will get the number and percentage both together. You will get. You can create a table like this way. You can get to copy paste to your Word. Are you getting? So what you want to do? You take the gender, drag and drop it over here, and you will get both percentage, both the value. This is an informative thing, correct? And this is a way any categorical data easily you can convert. That's the beauty of this one. Another advantage, you can go to pivot table analyze. So even it's possible to connect with connect with the chart, pivot chart. You click on pivot chart. I'm trying to click on pivot chart, and I'm just removing one key. I'm just removing this one. Okay, click on pivot chart. Then I'm taking what I'm taking the pie chart, or I can take a donut. So I'm taking a donut. So what is the advantage? I am selecting a gender. So everything, how to select the chart? There are two ways. One is you select the data, then you go to insert and chart, normal thing. The second one is you click on the pivot table. On the top there is an option, pivot table analyze. It may be, sometimes it may be a simply analyze. If you are using the version of 2007-10, it may be option, but in this case analyze, and there is one more option, pivot chart. And what is the beauty of this one is, see, now I have got the chart of this one. So I want to change this. I'm changing this gender. I'm selecting marital status. Okay. And all the marital status will appear into the chart very fast. So previously it was gender, now it is marital status. Either you create a new pivot table or you can edit the existing pivot table. Either you can create a new pivot table and you can create an existing pivot table. So I'm not I'm not explaining more on that part. I hope you understand. So the third thing I was explaining, power of cross tabulation by using pivot table, and from that you can create pivot chart and any number of analysis possible, simple analysis like percentage count, even not only this one, from here itself there are a lot of options like suppose you want to find out some other value. So here in this some values there is an option like value field setting. Here multiple things are there like count, average, maximum, minimum, product, standard deviation, variance, variance of population and variance of mean. Everything is possible from value field setting. Everything is possible from value field setting. Okay, and this pivot table is very powerful, very useful, both in terms of primary data analysis. At the same time, we are using secondary data analysis also, creating tables, and it's very useful. And there are a lot of the practical things are there. For example, see, you are doing one kind of analysis by using Excel. Simultaneously, you have a Word file in other place, correct? Assume that this is a Word file. In Word file, you have created a report. Normally, what you are doing, you are trying to copy this chart and you paste it over here, correct? So you copy and paste it, but I am suggesting don't do. Why? In case later, see, most of the time what happens, everyone will conduct the survey, okay? After the survey, you will do some kind of statistical analysis. After the statistical analysis, you will realize you are not getting the expected result, and your guide will tell you to do some kind of manipulation or some kind of changes because we are not getting expected result. So either you have to go for a survey again. So normally people won't do that one. We will manipulate on the data. Correct? If you manipulate on the data, what will happen? Your chart will change. If your chart will change, your Word file has to change. So everywhere you have to change. It's again a tedious process. Report making is another headache. What I'm suggesting, all the tables, all the chart from Excel, you should link to Word file. All the chart, all the table, all the analysis, you should link to Word file. Okay, so it's a dynamic link. What is the advantage of dynamic link? If you change anything in the Excel, it will change in the Word. Okay, so there is an option like that, right? Anyway, I'm just telling you as a clue, it may be helpful for you. Okay, so the last part, now almost time is up. So I was talking about how you to use an Excel. The last part is your statistical analysis. So there are two ways you can able to do statistical analysis. Number one, you go to formula and more function. Here all statistical tools or formulas are given over here. All statistical formulas. Okay, this is number one. So you go to formula, you go to statistical analysis and everything over here. Another thing is, that is the beauty of Excel. Everything is available. Go to data, there is something called data analysis tool pack. This is already there inside the Excel, only thing you have to customize it. Okay, so data analysis tool pack. Now listen everyone. So I'm asking to everyone, do you have data analysis tool pack in your system? Do you have data analysis tool pack? If no, you tell me, we will install it now. Do you have data analysis tool pack? So I'm not getting any response from you. You go to data analysis tool pack, sometime you get no. Yes, very good. If you don't have data analysis tool pack, what you're supposed to do, you go to file, and there is an Excel option. Excel option is over here. Location may be different in your case and my case it may be different. You go to file means top left there is a green color, sometimes it may be a colorful button, window button, office button. Okay, So you click on option, you just click on option, and in option there is something called add-in. In option, add-in. Could you able to find add-in? Go to file, option, add-in. Once you select add-in, you will get analysis tool pack. Once you get add-in, you will get analysis tool pack, and you click on it and you click on go. Once you get this one, analysis tool pack, you just click on go. Don't give OK. You just click on go. So you will get a small menu like this. So once you click on go, you will get a small menu, and you click on analysis toolpack, and you just click on analysis toolpack. Then you give OK. Sometimes it may take some time, some more time. Then it will appear inside the data analysis, and it will appear inside the data analysis. Okay. So now I have already created. Now everyone just have a look at over here. Suppose if I want to do an ANOVA test, everyone listen to me. Everyone look at the screen. Suppose if I want to do an ANOVA test, okay. So what you want to do? So it is your duty to identify what test, what is the reason, all the things. It is up to you. Yes. You go to data analysis, you are selecting what kind of ANOVA. ANOVA with a single factor. Assume you are selecting ANOVA with single factor. You click on that, and you will get a single factor menu and input. Input is you have to select, so more than 2 groups, it is ANOVA. You have to select this one, and it is asking grouped by what? Grouped by column. And there is an option. So when I select, I have selected including the header. Correct? I have selected including the header. Then it is asking what is the label in first row. Okay, I had the label in the first row, so I activated. What is alpha? That is what is your confidence level. Okay. Instead of SPSS, can you use Excel? Yes, sir. You can do everything in Excel. You don't want to go for an SPSS. Okay. So you take the alpha. Then what is the output range? Output range, I can select what is the output range. I am selecting output range over here. Yes. Then you give OK, and everything is here. See, look at this one. What is the trainer one? Count is 9. What is the sum? What is the average? What is the variance? Then the complete ANOVA result. And here we have to look at a few factors. One is F and error, F critical, and B value, and U, which depend upon your hypothesis. Okay. And you can just run. So running a test, I'm telling you, in Excel is much easier than SPSS. So I have got 2 reasons. As an academic person, 2 reasons are there. Reason number 1. I'm suggesting tell to your student do all analysis in Excel, because Excel is using incorporate. Maybe very less percentage of people may be working on SPSS in an organization. SPSS is a social research package. Of course, it is an exclusive package better than Excel. There is no doubt about that one. But I'm telling you, if possible, if you can be able to use Excel, you do Excel. Second advantage. Majority of the people or students or the person who is doing analysis, they are not aware about how statistics is working. So what is ANOVA? You may have a tool, you are clicking on the tool, the ANOVA is running, but what's really happening in the back end? Why ANOVA? So you can even manually calculating by linking the cell with Excel, because first count, you have to take the count. You can use a count formula, or equal to count, COUNT count formula, or you can use average formula, or you can use standard deviation or variance. Okay, STDV, standard deviation, population mean. So everything is possible. So manually if you do, you will get the flow, and you can able to understand that work very well. You are just giving an input, you are getting an output, and you by heart everything. Okay, p value, and if confidence interval, that is your 0.05 is greater than p, and accepting the null hypothesis, otherwise rejecting the null hypothesis. Never by heart it. That is one of the problem everywhere I have seen. Rather than by heart, you understand from the basic itself, from the nature of the data, what test, why you are doing the test, manually try to do the test. Of course, for time saving purpose, you use these two. So in data analysis toolpath, you can use many things like ANOVA single factor, ANOVA factor with replication, without replication, correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics, histogram, everything. Everything is possible, number one. Another advantage. So another advantage is that imagine you do all the analysis. If you want to do any kind of manipulation, that happens everywhere. If you want to normalize, later you realize that you need normalize, you want to check whether the data is normalized or not. Okay, so doing these kind of things, Excel can do extraordinary presentation, extraordinary. And just to show you how exactly you can make Excel in a better way. For example, this is a regression analysis along with the chart of regression. Then if you want to do, see, normalization of the data, this data sheet I have given, not shared to you. Okay, if you want to create a chart like this, how exactly it works, a normal distribution fit to a data. Sometimes you work on SPSS. What is the disadvantage? You give the input, you will get the output. What's really happening in the background? It may not be clear for you. So as a student, as a teacher, as an academician, as a research person, if you want to know each and every bit of converting data into information in depth, if you want to understand, Excel will help a lot. Only thing is, it may be time consuming, but the kind of insight you are going to get from here, it's very useful. The second, I have already mentioned that what, as far as student is concerned, in their life, they are going to use Excel. Whatever the domain it may be. He may be a scientist, he may be a mathematician, he may be an economist, he may be a finance guy, he may be working in HR, marketing, finance. Whatever the domain in their life, without Excel, you cannot live. I'm sure about that one. Okay, even for a receptionist, even for a person who is as a gatekeeper, he has got a data. That data has to keep somewhere. Okay, so anything out is in terms of Excel. So if you can able to teach or learn or interpret data by using Excel, I think you will get a lot of insight. Okay, so I think I was talking too much. Even if possible, you can able to create a survey over here. I think today's world is not required. A lot of free survey forms are available. You can able to do that one, like Google Form or Survey Monkey or Survey Sparrow, or these are the various options that you can able to use. Any kind of statistical test, but of course there are limitations out there. For example, if you want to run a test on what exactly STEM, structural equation modeling, I'm not aware about that one. I heard about it, but I tried to do on Excel, but it was very difficult to do in Excel. You have to use some other platform. Of course, for doing statistical analysis, you can do any platform, maybe Excel, maybe R, maybe Python. But I'm telling you, if required, you have to go to R, Python, and SPSS. But if it is possible to do with Excel, I can tell you Excel is user friendly, easy. Anywhere you can able to open, that file is always with you, is referable, it is transferable to others. Okay, suppose if you do a work on R, you have to save it in R code, or you have to save it in Python code, but you may not send to others. Not necessarily other has got an R programming or Python as a program. Very difficult to manage. So if it is Excel, is very easy, is easily communicatable. And I think I was talking too much. And more than that, Zoom is a meeting platform, and what we need is a learning and development platform. I think in future everyone move to learning and development platform. I'm so happy. I'm so thankful to the people who's arranged, especially to Dr. Anumol Thomas. She was coordinating. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, all the participants. I'm so happy. This Zoom meeting itself is a scope for research. When I have started this program, 147 people were there. Now 130, 112. Okay, I'm so happy. Still, I'm in century. Sometimes it may go down to even 10, 13. It all happens like that, right? I'm very happy that many people came up with a system. That is very important. Otherwise, others are concerned just watching a movie. I think if 10 more minutes. Anything. I know that I couldn't be able to cover much, but even though I can able to cover what I have covered, I will point one by one. First one, concept of referencing. Concept of referencing. Second one, communication with Excel, that is logic. Third one, pivot table, that is cross tabulation. Fourth one, data analysis tool pack. Okay, and fifth one, importance of Excel. Even though less thing, I strongly believe that definitely it will be useful for you. Thank you so much for your patience and wish you all the best. Again, you can ask any doubt if you have.
Okay, participants, you have any queries, please type in the chat box.
We'll come once more time, if it permits.
Okay, sir.
Sure, sir, no problem. I'll create the scenario here itself. Okay. For example, I'm typing A, B, C, D, E, oh sorry, E, F, G, H. Okay, so how many are there? It is 7-point scale. Okay, and assume that this is the data you are collecting. Yes, this is the data you are collecting. So many ABCD over here. Yes, and I'm just changing the H. So what I need, I want to code this ABCD, correct? So coding, I'm typing again A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is the coding part. Two things I can use if or I can use VLOOKUP. If I am using, I have to use many times. If it is equal to A1, if it is equal to B2, like that way. So coding is like this, assume is 1, 2, 3. So I'm just dragging it down. So this is the code. This never changes. Okay, this is the code and this never changes. So I want to do the coding process over here, correct? So what to do? Whenever the data comes, the variable comes, if it is A, if I should assign with 1, if it is B, assign with 2, if it is C, assign with 3, like that which goes on. So what is the function of VLOOKUP? VLOOKUP, look into a cell. Where you want to look up? I'm telling to Excel, you have to think like this way, then only it will be very clear. I'm telling to Excel, Excel, you just look at here. So lookup value means this one. S3, you just look at S3, then table array means where is the location of the table? This is the location of the table. So I have to freeze it, the concept of absolute relative preference, because when I am dragging it towards down, because after this I will drag it towards down, otherwise it's not possible to run VLOOKUP 100 times. So I'll just drag it down. This table is a constant factor, it is not changing, only ABCD is changing, correct? So I have to freeze it, I freezed it. Okay, so I'm telling to Excel, look at S3 and you see that what is the variable and check whether that variable is over here. If that variable is over here, what should I assign? So that is what is called column index. So column index is 2. The reason is that in this table, code is in second column. Assume that we have got 3 column and code is in third column, you should write 3. But fortunately, two column is there. The first column A, it is already here, and the second column, that is the result. Result column is in second one. Then false. False because it is so not true, false. False means absolute match. For example, you are typing A.1, it never works. False means the matching should be perfect. Okay. So lookup value, where you should look up. Table array means where is the location of the table. Column index, in this table, where is the answer? Answer is in the second position, that is second column. Then you just double click. So what will happen? See, G is 7 over here. Suppose if I am typing H, it will change. So if I want to zoom it out, I'll zoom in. Okay. So it is X now. Now I am typing A over here. It is 1. I am typing E over here. It is 5 because always it refers. And if I give it like this, go to formula, trace precedence, it is always connecting. I hope you understand. I don't know who asked that question. First of all, thank you for asking the question. It is okay. I cannot able to find out who asked the question. Okay, Nashiba Katie asked the question. Thank you, Nashiba, for asking the question. Any other question as such? So, and the conclusion is it will be very useful for coding purpose. What about others? Oh, now the count is 93. This is a research topic. Before and after, what is the number? Why number varies? Not interested, not informative, good for nothing. Okay, thank you so much for, thank you sir, thank you sir, thank you so much for your encouragement. Ma'am, I think almost everyone, okay, they are on the thanks mode. Once again, thank you, ma'am, and special thanks to Robin, who was instrumental. Is Excel that is used to secondary data analysis? Of course, you can do miracle with Excel data analysis. Of course, that's what I was getting. Can you repeat the point and edit? In reference, can you repeat the point and edit? You meant Parimala. I want to repeat the process of absolute relative reference in this context or overall context. Ma'am, Animal ma'am, are you recording this one?
S.R.S.
Okay. So please send to everyone. Then somebody is asking for that one. Ma'am, somebody asked something in this. Okay, very good. So this example, listen.
Sir, shall we upload this in YouTube?
It's no problem, not an issue. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So look at here. Assume I'm actually selecting table array like this. Assume that I'm selecting the table array like this. Sorry. So I'm not giving any reference. What will happen if I drag it down? I'm getting an error message. Why error message? If I double click here, if error comes, you just double click. Okay. If I double click here, my position of the table is coming down. It should be from it should be from this one, this place. Correct? My position is here. But unfortunately, when I am getting error, it is coming down. Yes. If I drag it more, after that I won't get anything. Why? Because my reference completely changed. So when I create a table, that is anything has got absolute, that this reference never changes. So immediately after the selection of this one, you press F4. One time enough. The both you can able to see the $Z, $3. So both the places it got freezed. So what is the advantage? If you double click, reference never changed. Double click over here, the reference is over here. Okay. This table array never change because that is fixed. That is your coding area. I hope you understand. Parimala ma'am, I hope you understand what I have explained. Or should I want to explain once again? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir, shall we wind up this session?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay, dear participants, hope all of you are benefited from this session. I wish to extend my heartfelt thanks to Jomon Joseph sir, today's resource person, for such a wonderful and empowering session. Thank you, sir. Also,
Thank you.
yes, also I thank all the participants for spending your valuable time with us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Especially give us, your feedback to Robin because Robin was instrumental to connecting to you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Hmm.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.